Hello everybody and welcome to a train simulator video. Today we shall be driving a Class 156 Sprinter from Great Yarmouth to Norwich via Burnley Arms. We do of course have the Armstrong Powerhouse and Master Key simulations Class 156, so I'm going to turn off the pause menu and start setting up the train. So it's Shift and W to insert Master Key and then W to put the train into gear. We need to acknowledge the automatic warning system. Then we shall set up the train's lighting. So I to turn on the instrument lights, Shift and H for the daytime running lights, J for the marker lights, and K to turn off the tail lights. You can also turn off the driver reminder appliance with Y. And then the next thing we need to do is set up the train's destination indicator. And for that I need to press F8 until we get to Norwich. The scenario we are playing comes with the pack, and the story behind this scenario is that we are having to use an East Midlands 156 instead of the usual Greater Anglia unit because they were short on units at the time of this scenario. And then the next thing we can do is set up the driver reminder appliance, the GSMR, and I'm going to bring up the briefing and enter our head code. And then I'm just going to go outside and check the starting signal. And our starting signal is 003. And then I just need to press the tick. And then that is us registered on the GSMR. Would of course help if I'd also opened the doors. So I'll just go through the calling points. So we're stopping at Burnley Arms, Reedham, Cantley, Buckingham, Brundall and Norwich, during at Norwich at 16:54. So it should take us about half an hour to do. So our starting speed limit is 15 miles an hour. We've got about 4 miles to go to Burnley Arms. The speed limit is now increased to 50 miles an hour. And we can now accelerate up to 60 miles an hour, which is the maximum line speed. As it's just started to rain, I'm just going to turn on the wipers now. The wipers on this particular particular pack have 2 speed settings. Pressing V on its own will have the slowest speed setting, whereas if you press Shift and V, it'll be the fastest setting for the wipers. And even with the fastest setting, we're still getting quite a lot of rain on the windscreen. The gradient is currently level, and notch 2 is holding us quite nicely. In a moment I'm going to start to slow down for Burney Arms, and we have to be pretty accurate with this first station stop because the platform is only long enough to accommodate the leading car. So I'm going to cut off the power in a moment. Going to start braking now as well, as we could possibly encounter some wheel slip. Burnley Arms is a stop at command, so we don't need to open the doors at this stop. And we'll stop about here. I think we slowed down a little bit too early there, but it's better to be safe than sorry given the conditions. And in this case, an undershoot is probably better than an overshoot. So we've just had the right away from the guard, and we can now depart for Reedham, which is about 3 miles away. Just being very gentle with the throttle. The Class 156s were produced by Metro Camel between 1987 and 1989, the first unit entering service in 1988. 114 two-car trains were built, and they are powered by a Cummins engine. The same Cummins engine powers the Class 150, 155 and 153 units, giving a train top speed of 75 miles an hour. The train's been equipped with a 2-stage Voith hydraulic transmission. Just got advance warning of an upcoming 15 miles an hour speed restriction, so I'm going to start to slow down for that now. I apologise for the tile loading stutter, but unfortunately it seems to be a train simulator issue. It's certainly not surprising given how old the game engine is now. We're now approaching Reedham Junction, where we join up with the line from Lowestoft. Can now speed up the train just a fraction. Just up to 20 miles an hour. The speed limit is now 60 miles an hour. We've got 2 miles to go to Cantley. Just going to prepare to slow down to Cantley, or for Cantley now. And here we are at Cantley. One nice touch about this model that we'll see in a moment is when the doors close, they actually there's a little bit of lag when they actually close. There's like a little stutter from them. There we go. We've now got 2 miles to go to Buckingham, and Buckingham is another station where we're going to have to be careful with our stopping, as the platform is just about long enough to accommodate the full train. There are 2 variants of the 156 available for Train Simulator. There is of course this one, which you can buy directly from Armstrong Powerhouse at £25 normal retail price, and then there is another Class 156 which was developed by UV. That retails for £11.99 and is available to purchase on Steam. The UV 156 is however very old. It dates back from the days of Railworks, or Train Simulator 2012, so that'll tell you how old the model is. But when that model was originally released, it was probably one of the most detailed locomotive items of rolling stock to come from a third party. If I were to recommend, I would now obviously recommend the Armstrong Powerhouse and Master Key Simulations model, because it's just better in terms of overall detail. And you get more features with this model than you do with the UV156. Want to be entering Buckingham at no less than 20. And we've just slightly overshot the platform there. We've now got another 2 miles to go to the next station stop at Brundall. And here we are at Brundall. We've now got about 5 miles to go to the terminus at Norwich. This is the passenger view of the 156. We've got a number of different viewing positions. This is my favourite place to sit on the 156 in the airline seats. There's a spectacular amount of detail in this passenger view. Just passed through Brundle Garden Station. Just show you around the cab. That's the only fault of Train Simulator. Depending on the position of the camera, it can clip through. The external view can clip through. Today the 156s can be seen operating across northern England, Scotland and the Midlands. In East Anglia they are currently being replaced, or have been replaced, by Class 755 bimode multiple units. And the East Anglian 156s are off to East Midlands, I believe. And the 153s that are also being replaced by the 755s are off to ScotRail to get converted to be used as luggage vans to work with the 156s up that way. So that'll be interesting to see when that's completed. The 755s have also displaced the turbo stars elsewhere as well. The 156s do work in my neck of the woods on both the Furness and Cumbrian coastlines. Not so much the Furness line now since the introduction of the 195, so they are very common stand-ins. At the moment, the Furness line tends to see a mixture of 195s and 158s, with the 156s operating exclusively between Barrow and Carlisle. Just got an advance warning of an upcoming 25-mile-an-hour speed restriction. So we're just going to slow down for that now. On the left is Norwich Crown Point Depot. Just going to slow the train down further to 15 miles an hour as we are due to change tracks. And we have route indication into platform 5. We can now speed the train up just a fraction again. And here we are at Norwich. So I'll just shut the train down now and wait for the scenario to clear. Okay, so we completed that scenario successfully, and we only got caught speeding once, and that was when I was just showing you around the cab. But apart from that, it was a nice, enjoyable scenario, and I would thoroughly recommend that if you haven't already done so, that you pick up the Class 156 pack from Armstrong Powerhouse. I will, of course, leave a link in the description below. But apart from that, thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you have enjoyed it, and take care.